What's going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar back with another video, and this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the Jaguars are finally back in Everbank Field for the second time this year, as we will take on a team from the West Coast. The Los Angeles Rams will come in town and have a little face-off against the Rams. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and preview this matchup. So let's get it. So this matchup is very intriguing, even if you're not a Rams or Jaguars fan. Both these teams have been very bad the last 10 years, and both these teams were teams that you pretty much expected to be in the bottom quarter of the NFL when it comes to how good they are. You know, you thought at this point in the season it would be a matchup between a 2-3 team versus a 1-4 team. But this is actually a matchup of 2-3-2 teams, and if the NFL were to end today, it seems like the competition between Coach of the Year would be between Sean McVay and Doug Marrone for getting these guys to rally around and playing to their full potential. And one thing that Sean McVay has done for the Rams is just bringing some electric to their offense. Their offense right now is second in the NFL in scoring. It's fifth in the NFL in yards per game and passing yards per game. And it's 14th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. Their offense is headlined by running back Todd Gurley. Now, us Jaguar fans are pretty aware of Todd Gurley just from being in the Southeast. Todd Gurley playing at the University of Georgia, playing in Everbank Field every single year of his college career. We're all very well aware of Todd Gurley, and you know, he's not a lot like Leonard Fournette, just guy that's going to hit the hole hard, a powerful dude. And just a similar kind of running style. But a big reason for the Rams' recent success has been because of Jared Goff. He's finally playing into that first overall pick of the 2016 draft kind of role. He's been on fire. He's been making a lot of really accurate passes. He looks like he has command of the offense, and he really just looks like a totally different player under Sean McVay than he did Jeff Fisher. Jared Goff has been able to utilize Todd Gurley really well in this passing game, and he's also been able to dish it out to players like Sammy Watkins and rookie Cooper Kupp. And on the defensive side, their defense is pretty much headlined by Aaron Donald. Now, Aaron Donald is probably a top 15 player in the NFL that you really don't hear his name much. He's very underappreciated, but he's a guy who's probably one of the top. He's definitely, I think, one of the top 2-3 technique defensive tackles in the NFL. Him and Geno Atkins over there on the Bengals. And this dude is an absolute animal. He can get there and get pressure on the quarterback. He can play as a run stuffer. And, he's really the cog of that defense. He's going to be a very tall task for Patrick Omameh to handle. And, I do definitely probably expect them to do some double teams on this guy to try to stop him. But one thing that's interesting about their defense is just the kind of games that they've been having. Their first game against Indianapolis, they held Indianapolis to only 9 points. Seattle 16 points. But there's been games where their defense has let a lot of points go. Against Washington, they let them score 27 points. The 49ers, they let Brian Hoyer pass for 39 yards on a Thursday night football game. Very well remember that, lighting up fantasy boards. And then against Dallas, they let up 30 points against them. So it's like this defense either can hold the other team down, or they let the floodgates open and then a lot of points get scored on them. But I very much expect the Jaguars to play against the Rams much like we play against every other team in the NFL. Just pound Fournette. Let Fournette get you some rushing yards. There's a reason why we're first in the NFL in rushing. And, just feed Fournette, feed Ivory, then maybe we can get some play action going with our quarterback. But some of my keys for the game, my first key is that Jared Goff is a young and inexperienced quarterback. So we need to make him look like a young and inexperienced quarterback. We got to get some pressure on this guy, force some errant throws, and just put the Rams in a situation where they need to pass the ball. Because we all know what happens when teams try to pass on our Jaguars defense. Takeaways, sacks, and turnovers, baby. This may be Jared Goff's second year in the NFL, but he's still very young and inexperienced because last year he didn't get to play at all until the second half of the NFL season. So this guy doesn't have a full 16 games under his belt, and I don't know if he's ever faced a defense like the Jaguars. My second key of this game is to be able to limit Aaron Donald the best way you can. I mean, Aaron Donald, he's definitely going to make some plays, but we're going to have to limit the amount that he can. I don't know if it's going to be through double teams or maybe the fullback coming in there and picking him up, but we're going to need to limit him because a lot of our run plays are right up in between the guard and tackle and whatnot. So we're going to have to limit the kind of impact that Aaron Donald can make, or at least do the best that we can at doing that. And my third key of the game is to establish a home field advantage. The Jaguars have not been very good at home in the past. They had pretty much a blowout loss in their only home game this year. Last year we went 1-6 in Everbank Field because, of course, one of our games is out in London. And Jaguar fans, they are going to pack the stadium. Jaguar fans are excited about this team. They are going to come bring the energy. But the only way the energy can last is if the Jaguars can help us sustain it. You got to go out there, make some splash plays, get the crowd loud, get the crowd involved, because we are going to be there and we are going to be pumped up. But yeah, that about wraps things up. Very, very exciting game. 2 3-2 teams that really nobody expected to be up there. No one really expected anything out of the Rams or Jaguars, just based on history and just based on new coaching staff, questionable quarterbacks and whatnot. But looks like both these teams are one of these teams are poised to go 4-2, so hopefully we can take advantage of our opportunity. And real quick, I'm going to be going to the Jaguars game on Sunday, but let me know if you have an extra ticket. I'll be riding over there solo. If you want to sell me one, definitely leave a comment down below, just because I don't have a ticket yet. But with all that said, this is UC a Jaguar with JinJag.com. Go Jaguars, and I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.